I am the last Targaryen, Jon Snow.
I know the Mad King earned his name.
May I present my honored guests, Viserys of House Targaryen, the third of his name, the rightful king of the Andals and the First Men, and his sister, Daenerys of House Targaryen.
The last Targaryen.
The greatest dynasty this world has ever seen.
You're a Targaryen.
You have the honor of addressing Daenerys of the House Targaryen.
Rhaegar would pick a spot on the Hook or the Street of Seeds, and then he'd sing.
And what did you do with the money?
Well, one time we got horribly drunk.
Something wrong?
I have a thirst. Open it.
I'd still like to taste that.
Nectar of the gods. Let me give you a cask.
Pour.
On behalf of House Targaryen,
You will drink. Just a taste.
What's up, Game of Thrones and Whiskey Joiners? It's your boy DJ11 here, back at you with another one, and it's time to jump back into the second installment of the Game of Thrones Limited Edition House Whiskey Collection. As most of you know by now, Diageo and HBO teamed up and paired 8 different whiskeys with 8 prominent houses of Game of Thrones. And today we're going to be doing my absolute favorite family. We're going to be getting into House Targaryen. Fire and Blood. It's the Cardhu Gold Reserve, and today we're going to taste it and talk about it. House Targaryen's been paired with a Cardhu Gold Reserve. House Targaryen, the only house in possession of fire-breathing dragons, has proven its resilient nature throughout history. Through fierce determination and force of will, Daenerys Targaryen has walked through fire and emerged at the head of the greatest army the known world has ever seen. Under the black and red banner of House Targaryen, she marches toward the Iron Throne, and her rivals bend the knee to swear their allegiance to the Mother of Dragons. Fueled by this same fiery spirit and courage to conquer all challenges in their way, Helen Cumming and her daughter-in-law Elizabeth were pioneers in the male-dominated whiskey industry during the 1800s and largely responsible for the early success at Cardhu. This single malt scotch celebrates these legendary women and their unwavering perseverance with a liquid that's rich in texture and a balance of sweet fruit, dark chocolate, toffee, and spice. Sweet fruit, dark chocolate, toffee, and spice. Well, I guess I'll be the judge of that. Let's get into it and get to tasting, shall we? Love these tubes. They are so cool. I know you guys just saw it, but these tubes are pretty tight. Tells you all about it on the back. Gives you a little map of the region and where all the distilleries are that got matched up with all the houses. So yeah, it's pretty clean. As far as collector's item, they did a hell of a job. And as you can see, they did a hell of a job with the stuff inside because it's not getting any more in there. Holy shnikes. Let's get a little bit in there. And as usual, we're going to be tasting it neat. Maybe we'll try a little bit of water in it. Then we'll try it on ice. And of course, for everybody out there that's not the biggest fan of the actual flavor of whiskey, we'll be finishing up the video as usual with the well drink portion and showing you how to make a well drink with this flavor, what I thought tasted best with it, and let you be able to taste on that, sip on that, and drink right along with everybody else. So this is it. House Targaryen. Sweet fruits, toffee, spice, dark chocolate. I've tasted this a few times. It definitely has a flowery smell, but I don't know if I tasted any of those things other than the spice. I don't know. I don't remember tasting any dark chocolate or toffee. But this one I remember after going through all the other ones and smelling them, this was like the very first one that I smelled that was like super floral, that didn't really have that wicked alcohol smell or burn when you first put it up your face. This was the first like flowery one that I noticed. And it definitely, I mean, the more I keep tasting and sampling these things, you definitely, the burn goes away a little bit. You get a little more acclimated to that. And you actually can, you don't have to fight through it so much. It actually gets a lot easier to actually start depicting some of the smells and stuff out there. Now, I still can't, tell you every little note that's in there, but I can tell you that I don't remember any dark chocolate or toffee. But the spice for sure. And the floral notes, it's just sweeter. It doesn't really have that spiky, alcohol-y smell. It's just like, I guess like green apple maybe. If I had to say something, maybe it's like a green apple smell. Let's see if the taste helps out with it. Yeah, this one definitely, it doesn't really punch you in the face. It's kind of smooth, a little more gentle, a little more friendly going down. I mean, it's definitely got a little heat going down. You can feel it, but a lot more friendly than a lot of the other whiskeys. This one is 40% by alcohol, so yeah, it's a little bit smoother. And I believe the Cardhu, I believe this is some of the stuff that they use in a lot of their Johnny Walker blends, if I'm not mistaken. So this is one of the whiskeys that they use in a lot of other blended whiskeys. So, you know, it's got to have a decent flavor, or they wouldn't be blending it in their other whiskeys. They wouldn't be using it. Like I said, just a lot friendlier, a lot more floral and nuts. Yeah, just a real easy, smooth. What I have noticed about this is, you know, instead of sipping like some of the other ones, this one is definitely one that I've been making more mixed drinks with. Instead, I mean, you can sip it. You can sip it neat. But I have noticed this is one I definitely like to make a few more mixed drinks with, which we'll be getting into a little bit later. But yeah, nothing wrong with it. Like I said, one of the prettier smelling ones, one of the better ones to smell on. There's a couple of them that are, whoo, it's like breathing in fire, but this one's nice. Definitely one of the friendliest ones in the whole mix. So we've tasted it neat. Now let's see, I have a little straw here. Let's put just a little bit of water in there. 40%, you don't want to drown it, and you can do that easy with the 40%ers. But just a couple drops of water, and what you think when you think you're just watering it down, it's actually has a bit of like a chemical reaction, and the water will separate the oils in there, and sometimes you can even see it. But the water and the whiskey will, you know, they'll kind of fight each other and they'll separate, and it actually brings some of the more floral notes up to the top, and you can actually smell it better and taste it better by putting just a little bit of water in. Like I said, you don't want to drown it, or you will definitely affect it in a negative way. Yeah, the water in this one doesn't affect it a whole bunch. It may have made it even sweeter. Still not quite dark chocolate or chocolate cake by any means, anything like that, but more of like a honey. More like a green apple and honey, I guess I would describe it. But yeah, let's check it out and see if it tastes any different on ice. Now again, when you put it on ice, when it gets that cold, your tongue's not really acclimated to pull out flavors or be able to taste things at that temperature. So you're really kind of taking away the flavors and numbing it down when you put it on ice. And that's why a lot of people do it, just to make things a little easier and smoother to drink. Yeah, that turned it into just about ice water. I actually poured this before and had it sitting there so it was nice and chilled so I'd really get the effect, and that's pretty much ice water. Yeah, it's just real, like, I mean, you know, again, you're not supposed to stay smooth. It's just real easy and friendly, goes down nice, and if you're just thirsty and want something cold and wet, put it on ice. But again, like I said, it's not a bad flavor, but it's just one of those things where I found I enjoy this one inside mixed with drinks a little bit better. And since I like it better with drinks, maybe you'll like it better with drinks, so let's get on to the well drink portion of it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of the video, that time of night to learn how to make another well drink that might just help your whiskey go down just a little bit smoother. This is my taste and my little twist on a blueberry whiskey buck. You already know we're making it with the Targaryen, the Cardhu. What else could we call it? This is a blueberry whiskey dragon. And how you get down with this, you just need something to mix it in. I'm a DJ, not a professional bartender, so we have our makeshift little muddler here. We have a slice of lemon for a lemon wedge. We have 15 or so blueberries. So 2 ounces. It says 2 scoops of sugar, or 2 ounces of sugar. I like to go with the simple syrup that the Giant Tamer made, and she says it's really easy. All you have to do is half equal parts. So half sugar, half water. So a cup of sugar, a cup of water. Put it in a pot. Don't boil it, but you know, bring it up to a slow simmer, and as soon as the sugar dissolves and it all becomes just water, you have yourself a simple syrup. Just that easy. What you're going to do is take your lemon wedge, throw it in there, take your simple syrup or syrup, either way you want to do it, put that in there. Then you're going to take something, easy enough. I just have this little dealie, and we're going to muddle that up. I put a couple ice cubes in there, you know, I like to keep it cold. We're just mixing this up, basically mashing up the lemon and the simple syrup. Get that all nice and muddled in there. Then you're going to take your blueberries, dump them on in, and keep them muddling, mash them up. And you're going to muddle this until all your blueberries are smashed. And once you get all your blueberries smashed, then you're going to take 2 shots of your Cardhu Targaryen whiskey, and you're going to dump that in there. And I'm not going to make you guys wait and watch all this, so I'll get this mashed up and we'll be right back. Alright, Whiskey Wellers, when you get done mashing it up, I've already mashed up all the blueberries and dumped the whiskey in it, and it should look just like that. You want to definitely make sure you use fresh blueberries to get that nice good color in there and a bunch of extra flavor. So it should look something like that. Then what you want to do, of course, do not put in the ginger beer yet. You don't want to do that, or the ginger ale, or whatever you're mixing with this. Right now we're going to be using ginger beer. Don't put that in when you go to shake it because, yeah, it's carbonated. You already know. But right now, you get it all together, and then you got to shake it up. Now that we got that little process over, we're almost there, little chickadees. All we have to do is unscrew this. I will be getting a real shaker here and some proper tools here if I'm going to be doing this, I guess. Might as well have the real deal. But you're going to take some of your ginger ale, ginger beer, whatever you're working with. And you're going to take 1 shot, 2 shots. And if you don't want quite so much mixer in there, just put 1 less shot in there. Again, you don't want to shake it up once you put the ginger ale or ginger beer in there. You don't want to be shaking carbonated stuff. You're going to have a mess and it's going to be everywhere all over there. And, you know, you just don't want to have to deal with that. So you just get a spoon and you just mix that up real quick. Super simple, super easy. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on here because since it has a little pour spout. And you know, you can put your own little twist on this. Again, this is a blueberry whiskey dragon is what I'm calling it. So I took a little blueberry and I put her in there. Woo, see if we can come across and see how big a mess we can make. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our very own just made up a blueberry whiskey dragon. And that's what you can do when you have the set or, you know, whatever whiskey you're working with. Just have some fun with it, make it up as you go, and come up with all sorts of delicious concoctions. So that's what I came up with this one, and like I said, that is my favorite way to drink the Cardhu from House Targaryen. So to everybody out there that stuck around to watch, thanks for showing up. If you liked the video, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell because we got the whole set coming up and a whole bunch of new well drinks coming in. So for everybody out there, I hope you have a great week, and until next time, cheers. Oh,